share it, subscribe. You can subscribe about 100 times. You can share it about 200 times. That's really good. Welcome back, and we're talking art with Art Wilson, and we're talking art with the greatest artist, Ephraim
Urevu.
Revu.
Yes.
Pronounce that one more time for him.
Urevu.
Revu.
Yes.
Like parlez-vous français.
Yes.
Or Revu.
Right.
And we're joined by our city councilman, Zarin Gracey of District 3. Councilman,
Yes, sir.
thank you for dropping in, because we're getting ready to drop some stuff hot in fish grease.
Listen, I'm glad I could be here for this discussion. Thank you so much, man.
Well, welcome to the podcast, to the studio right here. Let me say a few things before the councilman gets out. Not really just discussing politics, but it's very important that folks understand that Councilman Zarin Gracey, he's into his first term, and you're running for your second term.
Yes, sir.
And I want to personally say you've done a tremendous job.
Bless you. Thank you.
Okay, and you will continue to do the great things for District 3.
Received.
So you got all of that.
Received.
I'm not just going to say that you're a Kappa, but that's not a reason for my support. My support personally is because he's a councilman committed to the community. So let me let you say just a few things about what you've done and what you're planning to do and what you're going to do and continue to do.
Yeah, I think, for my first term, you walk in, you're real uncertain. You've been through it. You're uncertain in terms of, am I doing this right? Am I doing it? But when I sat back and kind of looked at what I was able to accomplish, you got in the district, you have crime that was reduced by 6.8%. We've been able to put 24 additional flock cameras within the district to ensure safety. Had a lot of gun sales and a lot of the shooting that's been going on. So these flock cameras are to really help kind of prohibit that. We were able to shut down a warehouse that was producing bad smells in the district from there, operating illegally. So we were able to get that shut down from there. And we've got some housing that we put in place, a tremendous amount from my housing strategy. I wanted to make sure that I had housing for our seniors so that they could age in place in the district and mostly keep my votes there in district, but also make sure that they had the quality housing that they deserve. And then I'm so excited to kind of walk in on this and hear this discussion about the arts and the food that aligns with it and just this culture that I want to be able to bring to District 3. So I'm excited to meet both Art and Mr. Revu to learn more about what they're doing and seeing, I have an area in my district. I'm calling it the Warehouse District, and it's warehouse, arts, residential, and entertainment. And it's an area not too far from Camp Wisdom in Westmoreland. And if you go down there, it's a lot of warehouses, some of them vacant, some of them occupied, but then there's a lot of land that could be developed in terms of creating this art space there. So again, I'm just unbelievably excited and don't believe in accidents for my purpose for being here. So Brother Caraway, thank you, sir, for allowing me
You never know what you're gonna get when you come to the other
other
side.
side. There we go.
You're on the other side, all right? So my commitment has been to educate and try to elevate and open up as many doors as possible. And this is one that God is always in the works, I'll tell you. To be talking about the art, to have you here as well, and to have the vision of expanding and bringing art into the communities and warehousing and changing our communities around. I'm going to give God a hand clap for that. Because I'm going to tell you, it's just wonderful. Now, what are some of the other things that may be before you in the city that we might need to put out there, and then we'll get right back into the art?
Yeah, so the biggest thing right now, and I guess this is one I'm just newly bothered by, I guess, and that's this 2929 Southampton property that's over in District. It's an old hospital. The city set out to
across from Keys Park.
Across from Keys Park, correct.
Yeah, the old university hospital.
They wanted to set up that and use it for permanent supportive housing. And I think one of the biggest fights as we talk about, these art districts and things like that is sometimes people want to see Southern Dallas as the solution for somebody else's problem versus how I see District 3 in Southern Dallas as the economic opportunity. And many times we're not afforded to have these type of conversations because other people have plans and ideas that they think should fit. So in this case, this Hampton Hospital is an opportunity to create housing. Because that's what we need. If there's a housing crisis and a homeless crisis, there's not a homeless problem over in this area, but there is a housing crisis. So let's be more strategic in how we resolve some of these issues. So that's one. At the same time, I'm really excited about, I also inherited the property on Independence that was made for permanent supportive housing right next door off of Camp Wisdom. And Westmoreland, where the those motels are back there, the city of Dallas.
You ring a bell with me when you get talking about motels.
Yeah, well, listen.
So, I shut them down.
Listen, so.
Oh no!
He did.
Oh no! I shut them
He did.
down. Oh, I tear them down.
He did.
I close them up, and then we come back and we tear them down, and then the community around it just completely changes.
Wow.
Yep.
Right across from Veterans Hospital, there used to be 2 rundown motels. One with the Sundowner and the other one with Sunset. And they were selling drugs and all of this. It was hindering economic development and all that. But when you go down now, you got an urban village, you got a bank on everything. It's just growing. So we got to do something about Patriots Crossing next. So we're going to need your help. Max is going to need your help.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, but with this Independence property, it's the same thing. You got a series of about 4 motels. The city of Dallas bought 1, but the money's tied up. We can't really get that developed. But in the meantime, I've been working. So what we've been able to do is create we're in the process. We need about maybe a few more signatures, but we're going to have a public improvement district that's going from down Camp Wisdom from Cockrell Hill all the way to 67. And that's going to help with beautification and public safety around the area. Camp Wisdom already has funding set aside for the streets to get some street improvements, sidewalks, landscape, and lights around there. So you mix that with the development that's already happening at Redbird Mall right across the street, there's an opportunity to create housing for some of those folks. I intentionally did my national night out over there because I wanted to, one, let the people know I see them. And it's people over there. If you spend, it's crime and all of that, but if you spend time, you got people over there trying to get off work, hurry up and get off the bus so don't nobody know they live over there, don't nobody know their living situation. They just trying to survive. You got kids that are over there, babies and families and fathers and they mothers walking with their kids down the street. These are people trying to survive, so there's an opportunity to bring development over there. So we intend to do that.
Good. Well, so Ephraim, now you transformed Memphis.
Yeah.
The Lorraine Motel area where Martin Luther King was shot and assassinated.
Yes.
Tell us, now you're hearing this, so this is a hookup now. We got a hookup going for the new art district that you and Art are going to come and help Councilman Zarin Gracey develop for our area.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So, because I've seen it in so many cities, like you said, Seattle, Miami, New York, I know the power of the arts. The creative mind can do incredible things. Take rubbish and make it gold. Okay, and I've seen that happen. And so the South Main Art District, like I was saying, dilapidated warehouses, nobody wanted them. You cannot imagine I bought a 15,000 square feet warehouse, 3 buildings that came together as one for $145,000. Okay. It was run down, true. Okay. I lived in that building, no running water, no electricity, no plumb, nothing. So I joined the Y. So every morning I had to go to the Y to shower.
Right, okay.
So that I could come back and work. But slowly I developed that building. It houses my gallery right now. And I opened a restaurant and I lived right on top of all of that. Okay? And when that happened, there was this rush. People started seeing the vision. And usually it takes an artist to see the vision first before everybody else does. And guess who was my first guest at my restaurant? Morgan Freeman. So Morgan Freeman was looking for his place all over the city to celebrate his 15th year anniversary. And he chose my restaurant which was then called Zanzibar.
Okay.
The restaurant business, I know nothing about. I went to Restaurant Association in Memphis because I had this plan. I got to bring in the artists, and the mayor helped me with that. Give us buildings, empty buildings, brought artists in. I recruited people from other galleries to move in, but we needed restaurants and gift shops, for people to eat and stay. All the restaurant owners said, no, run down, crime infested, ain't gonna happen. The numbers are not there. Right, that's true. So I decided I was gonna show them. So I opened my own restaurant. I know nothing about restaurant. Okay?
Well, you wasn't cooking.
I wasn't cooking. I got somebody to cook, right? But it started as an internet cafe. And then people would come, make some sandwiches. And that's how it became a restaurant. And it became a destination point. People in the suburb would come to Zanzibar, specifically to come to Zanzibar. I started Thursday Night Jazz, okay? And as soon as I started Thursday Night Jazz, every restaurant wanted to do Thursday Night Jazz. So I let them do that. I moved to Latin, Afro, Caribbean music, okay? And everybody wanted to do it. So they were always copying everything I was doing. And so when Morgan is from Mississippi, okay, close by. And he was looking for a place for his wedding anniversary, and I was shocked he decided to come to Zanzibar. Morgan Freeman sat in my apartment upstairs talking about this. So that's how that whole neighborhood grew. And right now is the most expensive real estate in downtown Memphis. I can't even afford my own building at today's marketplace.
Oh my goodness.
But so I've seen the power, I've seen what the arts can do. So right now, in addition to that, I'm creating a new area. So I went to another part of the city that has been run down. They call it Smoky City. Okay, run down. Nobody wants to go there.
Smoky
City.
Smoky City.
Yeah, it's on Jackson. It's about 3 blocks from St. Jude's.
Okay.
And St. Jude is spending billions expanding, and they want to clear the whole of that area. But I went in there and bought another warehouse right now as we speak, and I'm creating what I call an art incubator. An art incubator is for the next generation of creative mind. Young people who are very creative but don't have the outlet to express themselves. So I'm not talking just visual. I'm talking culinary arts. I'm talking photography. I'm talking videographers. I'm talking visual. I'm talking musicians. All of this in one space, in a created community, okay? And that's what I'm creating this area. And the moment people knew I was in that area, guess what? People want to buy all this.
They want to copy.
Yes. So that is the arts does it. I can guarantee you, because we as a race, we are some of the most creative people in the universe.
When
We take nothing.
When do you find time to paint?
That is my escape. When I'm stressed, I run to the studio. So I'm constantly working, because that is like therapy for me.
Yeah,
Well, I want folks to know a little bit about your therapy,
Okay.
so we can continue to see how we're gonna hook up with Councilman Gracey to do that, because we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do that.
We're
We
going to
absolutely
do
are. We gotta be
this.
in touch,
Oh, yeah, it's over by Redbird Airport, so folks can understand that. We're gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
And we're gonna break this thing up, and we're gonna come back.